Yeah, let's start with your full stage revision still. You're gonna be here forever. Forever in stage 5. Okay, anyways, are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah, no choice. Okay, so let me just open it for a while because I refreshed it a while ago and I'm gonna be having 379. Is it correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Remember?
Okay. Remember the days. Desert. Yeah, of
Mm.
course, because like Philippines. Okay, so again, I want to have this desert. Okay, so where do we find sand? Where do we find sand? We find
We find
sand
sand
on a
on a
beach, in a
beach, in
desert,
a desert,
etc.
etc.
etc. When you're on holiday, do you enjoy lying on a beach in the sun? When you're on holiday, do you enjoy lying on the beach in the sun? Yes, no,
Yes.
no. When I'm on holiday,
When I go on a
mm,
holiday,
I don't enjoy
I don't
lying
enjoy lying
on a
on a
beach in the
beach
sun.
in the sun.
Always at home. He's talking about. Why is it difficult to live in a desert? Why is it difficult to live in a desert? It's difficult
It's
to
difficult to
live in a
live in a
desert
desert
because there's so
because
little
there's
water.
huh?
So little water.
Solely water,
So little water.
solely
Little water.
little water,
Lita. Little water.
little water.
Like, repeat bell.
What?
Bell.
What
Bell.
repeat?
Oh, no. I'm talking
Terrible.
about no. What's your repeat bell? Yeah, good that you're. I
New
thought
word,
that
new
you're not
word.
listening. Uh huh.
Yay. We
I just
can
said
have the
repeat.
new
I didn't
word.
say listen. I just said repeat bell. What are you talking
Bell.
about, Waji? Okay. I guess again, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're knocking
You're
on the
knocking on a
table.
table.
Yep. Is there a bell in this? Don't be obvious. Is there a bell in this school? Is there a bell in this school? Yes, there is a bell
Yes,
in this
there's a
school.
bell in the school.
You want repeat bell? Is it New York? No, I just say repeat bell. I cannot pronounce. Anyway, what do you do when you arrive at somebody's front door in order to pay a visit? Again, what do you do and when you arrive at somebody's front door in order to pay a visit? When I
When
arrive
I
at
arrive at
somebody's
somebody's
front door
front door,
in order to
in
pay a
order to
visit,
pay a visit,
I knock on
I
the
knock
door
on the door
or ring the
or ring
doorbell.
the doorbell.
What do people shout? What do people shout? People
People
shout
shout
when they're
when they are
angry
angry
or when they
or
think
when they think
somebody
somebody
can't hear them.
can't hear them.
Can't hear them, right? Another, if there were some people shouting loudly outside the corridor, in the corridor, would you be able to hear me? Again, if there were some people shouting loudly outside in the corridor, would you be able to hear me? No. If there
No,
were
if
some
there were
people
some people
shouting loudly
shouting
outside
loudly outside
in the
in the
corridor,
corridor,
I wouldn't be
I
able to
wouldn't
hear
be
you.
able to hear you.
Yep. Again, and some people use walking sticks to help them move around when they get older. Some people will use walking sticks to help them move around when they get older. Yes, some
Yeah,
people
some people
use walking
use walking
sticks
sticks
to help
to
them move
help them move
around
around
when they get
when
older.
they get older.
Which animals like to fetch sticks that you throw for them? Which animals like to fetch sticks that you throw for them? Dogs like to
Dogs like to
fetch
fetch sticks
sticks that you throw
that
for
you
them.
throw for them.
Yep. Another. What would you prefer to live by a lake or by the sea? Where would you prefer to live by a lake or by the sea? I prefer to
I
live
prefer to
by
live by the sea
wait. Than to live by
than to live by the lake.
a lake. A
A
lake.
lake.
Mm, really? Hey, Canada. She will be always be inside, not outside. Only be. Another. This evening, would you prefer to go out for dinner or simply go home? Again, this evening, would you prefer to go out for dinner or simply go home? This
This
evening,
evening,
I prefer
I
to
prefer to simply go home. I have to.
than to go out for dinner.
For
Yeah,
go
to go
out
out for
for
dinner.
dinner.
Yep, that's correct. Okay, so I hope my camera is okay, right? Yes, so that's what we call when I turn page. Okay, how do we sometimes form a noun from an adjective? How do we sometimes form a noun from an adjective? We
We
sometimes
sometimes
form
form
a
a
noun from
noun
an
for an
adjective
adjective
by adding the
by adding the
letters
letters
NESS
NESS.
NESS
NESS
to the adjective.
to the adjective.
Give an examples. Lateness.
Lateness.
What did you have your last illness? What did you have your last illness? I had my
I
last
had my last
illness.
illness two
When?
months ago.
So what is the reason for tiredness? What's the reason for tiredness? The reason for
The reason
tiredness
for tiredness
is too much
is too
work,
much work,
not enough
not
sleep,
enough
etc.
sleep, etc.
Yeah, what is the reason for darkness at night? What is the reason for darkness at night? The reason for
The reason
darkness
for
at night
darkness at night
is that the
is
world
that the world
turns
turns
completely
completely
round
round every
24 hours.
24 hours.
What's another way of saying he lives on his own? What's another way of saying he lives on his own? Another way of saying
Another way of saying
he lives
he
on his
lives
own
on his own
is he lives
is
alone.
to live alone. He lives
He
alone.
lives alone. To lives alone. He lives alone.
He lives alone.
Yeah, do you live alone or with other people? Do you live alone with or with other people?
I live with other people.
Yeah, do you prefer to go on holiday alone? Do you prefer to go on holiday alone? Yes, no? Which one?
No,
I don't prefer
I
to
don't
go on
prefer
holiday
to go on a holiday alone.
I prefer
I
to
prefer
go in
to
company.
go in company.
Yep, that's correct. In company. Another, has the lesson already finished? Has the lesson already finished? No, the lesson
No, the
hasn't.
lesson hasn't finished yet.
It's still in
It's
progress.
still in progress.
Are you already able to speak English without making any mistakes? You're perfect. Are you already able to speak English without making any mistakes? Oh, yes.
No,
Yes, yeah, no, I'm not able to
I'm
speak
not
English.
able to speak English.
I'm
I'm
not
able to speak English
without making any
making
mistakes.
any mistakes.
Yet. I still
I
make
still make some mistakes.
Yep. Are you already in spring? Are you already in spring? No, we aren't
No,
in
we
spring.
aren't in spring
Spring yet. We're still
We are
in
still
summer.
in summer.
Summer. Okay, have we, or let's say we only. So have we already set the stage for the Callan method? Have we already set the stage for the Callan method? Yes, we've already
studied
stage 4
stage 4 of the Callan method.
Yep. So what are the 3 forms of throw? What are the 3 forms of throw? The 3 forms of throw
are throw, thrown.
Yep. Have you ever thrown anything away by mistake which was worth a lot of money? Have you ever thrown anything away by mistake which was worth a lot of money? Yes, no?
No.
No, I've never thrown
anything away
by mistake which was worth a
lot of money.
Okay, let's move down. What do some people do dangerous sports in spite of the danger? What do some people do dangerous sports in spite of the danger? Some people do dangerous sports in spite of the danger because they find them
exciting.
Okay, another is name some foods that are very popular despite being bad for the health. Name some foods that are very popular despite being bad for the health. Some foods that are very popular despite being bad for the health are
what is it?
You. What are those? Chips. What else? Chips, fries, burgers. Okay. Specific hamburger, a cheeseburger, etc.
etc.
Really nothing. Another, do you think it's worth learning foreign language in spite of the fact that it's quite difficult? Do you think it's worth learning foreign language in spite of the fact that it's quite difficult? Yes, I think it's worth learning a foreign language. Foreign language. In spite of the fact that it's quite difficult. In spite of studying a lot of words and grammar, Miyu, do you still find English a little difficult? In spite of studying a lot of grammars or let's say words and grammar, do you still find English a little difficult? Yes. In spite of studying a lot of words and grammar, I still find English a little difficult. I still find English a little difficult. Yep, what words can we use instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody? What words can we use instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody? Instead of anybody. Somebody and nobody.
No, somebody and nobody.
We can use anyone,
someone, or no one.
And no one.
And no one.
Yep. Did anyone come into the classroom at the beginning of the lesson? Did anyone come into the classroom at the beginning of the lesson? Yes, someone came.
Someone came.
What about me? Yes, someone came.
Yes, someone came
into the
classroom
at the beginning of the lesson.
Who went out of this room 2 minutes ago?
Who went out of this room 2 minutes ago? No one went out of this room. 2
minutes ago.
Yeah, so what is the opposite of the verb to land? What's the opposite of the verb to land? The opposite of the verb
to land is to borrow.
Borrow. Yeah, another. Should we always give back the things we borrow? Should we always give back the things we borrow? Yes, we should always give back the things we borrow. She's French, guys. Borrow. If you forgot to bring a pen with you to school, would you have to borrow one from another student? Again, if you forget to bring a pen with you to school, would you have to borrow one from another student? Yes, if I forgot to bring a pen with me to school, I'd have to borrow one from another student. Give an example me of the word own after possessive adjective, please. Give an example of the word own after possessive adjective, please. This is my own
book.
Yep, do you live in your own house or does it belong to somebody else? Do you live in your own house or does it belong to somebody else? Yes, I live in my own house.
Own house.
Yep, do you think this is probably my own comb? Or do you think this belongs to somebody else? Yeah, I'll just start at school, right? So do you think this is probably my own comb or do you think it belongs to somebody else? I think that's probably your own comb.
Your own comb.
That's probably your own comb.
Your own comb.
Yep. Okay, what about this one? What's this? It's your skin.
Your skin.
Another. What do we use wire for? What do we use wire for? We use
wire.
Okay, electricity.
Carry electricity.
To connect things together. Things
together, etc.
What do we mean by a wireless internet connection? What do we mean by a wireless internet connection? By a wireless
internet connection.
We mean that we can connect to the internet without connecting wires to our computer. Yeah, another. So what can we say instead of a wireless internet connection? What can we say instead of a wireless internet connection? Instead of a wireless internet connection.
Instead of wireless
internet connection. We can say Wi-Fi. Another. So some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers. So some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers. Yes. Some bars and cafes.
Some bars and cafes
offer free
Wi-Fi to
their
customers.
Yep, me spell the word Wi-Fi, please. Spell the Wi-Fi, please. W-I-Fi. Yep, tell me 3 ways of cooking potatoes. Tell me 3 ways of cooking potatoes. 3 ways of cooking potatoes. Are boiling, frying,
and roasting.
How did you know? Correct. Another. So, do you prefer fried eggs or boiled eggs? Do you prefer fried eggs or boiled eggs? I prefer
fried eggs.
To
boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs. How long does it take to boil potatoes? How long does it take to boil potatoes? It takes about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes
to boil potatoes.
So long.
Yeah, because it's a lot. Yeah, there's potatoes, not only one. Yeah, no, what's a wall normally built of? What's a wall normally built of? A wall is normally built of bricks. Okay, another. What about this one? What are the words as well to and also usually go? What are the words as well to and also usually go? The words as well to and what else? The words as well. The words as well. And to go at the end of the sentence. But the word also usually goes.
But
the word
also
usually goes after. Usually
goes after.
The first auxiliary verb.
The first auxiliary verb.
Give an example of each place. I will be sleeping at.
I'll be sleeping at
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
My sister will be
sleeping
as
well.
My mother will be sleeping
My mother will be sleeping
too.
My brother
will
also be sleeping.
Sleeping. Yeah, give an example of also when there is no auxiliary verb. Please give an example of the word also when there is no auxiliary verb. Please. I love coffee
and
I also
love tea.
Yeah, but we use the future continuous. When do we use the future continuous? We use the future continuous for an action that will be in progress at a particular time in the future. Yeah, give me examples. I will be working
at this time tomorrow.
What do you think you will be doing at this time tomorrow? They're gonna be 10:15, right? So what do you think you will be doing at this time tomorrow? I think I'll
be having classes
at this
time tomorrow.
Will you still be studying English in 50 years' time? 50. Will you still be studying English in 50 years' time? No, I won't still be studying English.
I won't, really. I won't be studying English. Maybe.
You will? Are you sure? Okay, yes, I will still be studying English. Studying English in 50 years' time.
50 years' time.
I'll take note of that. Noted. Okay, what about this one? Where do you think you'll be living in 10 years' time? Where do you think you'll be living in 10 years' time? I think I'll be living in Japan.
In
10 years'
time.
In 10 years' time. Yep, only an example because we don't have ruler here. So my teacher before told me it's an inch here, right? What's this? What's this? It's an inch.
It's an inch.
Yep. So what's this? What's this? Like a ruler. It's a foot.
It's a foot.
What's this? What's this? It's a yard.
It's a yard.
Yep. How many centimeters make an inch? About how many centimeters make an inch? About 2.5 centimeters.
Centimeters make an inch.
Yep. About how many inches make a foot? Like a ruler. About how many inches make a foot? 12 inches
12 inches make a foot.
How many feet make a yard? About how many feet make a yard? 3 feet.
3 feet make a yard.
Make a yard. Those 3 rulers. Another is a yard longer than a meter. Is a yard longer than a meter? No, a yard isn't longer
than a meter.
Meter is shorter than
it's
a meter.
Shorter than a meter.
Consequently, Miyu, we run 100 yards. Okay? Do we run further than 100 meters? Consequently, when we run 100 yards, do we run further than 100 meters? No, when we run 100 yards. We don't run
further
than 100
meters.
We run less than
less than 100 meters.
Yep. Are you wearing a chain? Are you wearing a chain? Yes, no?
No.
I'm not wearing a chain.
I'm not wearing a chain.
Yep. What do we mean when we say that someone is a chain smoker? What do we mean when we say someone is a chain smoker? When we say someone is a chain smoker, we mean that he or she smokes one cigarette after another without stopping.
Without stopping.
Like a chain.
Yep.
Chain. Okay, another. What about this one? Only my Vaseline here. I have no book. So what's my Vaseline doing? What's my Vaseline doing? Your Vaseline's rising in the air. Yeah, does the sun rise early in winter? Does the sun rise early in winter? No, the sun doesn't rise
early in winter.
It rises late. Yep. In Japan, is the cost of living constantly rising these days? Is the cost of living constantly rising these days? Yes. The cost of living is constantly rising these days. Yep. Another. What do you do if that table slowly began to rise into the air without anybody touching it? Your table. What do you do if that table slowly began to rise into the air without anybody touching it? If this table slowly began to rise into the air
without anybody else touching it.
Without anybody
touching it,
I'd run
out of the room,
etc. Scary. Are you wearing a belt? Are you wearing a belt? Yes, no.
No.
I'm not wearing.
I'm not wearing a belt.
What do the words hourly, daily, monthly, or we have weekly too, and yearly mean? Again, what do the words hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly mean? The words hourly,
daily, weekly,
monthly, and yearly
mean
every hour,
every day, every week, every month, every year.
Do most radio stations have hourly traffic news? Do most radio stations have hourly traffic news? Yes, most radio stations have hourly traffic news.
Early traffic news.
Not really. Hourly.
Hourly traffic news.
Yeah, they also have really, hello, good morning. And which daily newspaper do you read? I read.
I don't read.
No, only example. Which daily newspaper do you
read? What is
Which
it?
one? In your place. Which one?
You don't read? Okay, Nikkei. Newspaper.
I did before. I did. Again, do you read any weekly newspapers? Do you read any weekly newspapers? No, I don't read any.
I don't read any
weekly newspaper. Yeah, how
how
many hours of English do you study monthly? How many hours of English do you study monthly? I studied
about. What do you think?
1 million hours.
1 million hours. Woo.
Literal. I study about.
I studied about. I don't know.
You're the student. Come on.
Don't know.
1,000 hours.
Okay, 1,000 hours
of English
monthly.
You've heard it right, guys. She's really into it. Another, where do you usually go for your yearly holidays? I usually go
go to Disneyland
for my yearly holidays. Yep. Another, what about this one? What is the difference between allow and let? So what's the difference between allow and let? The difference between allow and let is that allow as the infinitive. Allow has the infinitive. with two after
two
it.
after it.
Whereas let has
Whereas
the
let has
infinitive
the infinitive
without two after
without
it. Two after it.
two after
It.
it.
Yep. For give an example, the doctor allowed
The
me
doctor allowed me
to change
to
my
change
appointment.
my appointment.
The doctor let
The
me
doctor let me
change
change my appointment.
Yep, Miyu, what sometimes happens when we let people borrow things that belong to us? What sometimes happens when we let people borrow things that belong to us? When we let
people
borrow things that belong to us,
that
belong
to us,
yep, they sometimes
they
don't return
sometimes
them.
don't return them. Oh, so
You
sad.
think it's okay? Yeah. Okay, I'll return you, okay? Another. And do you think it's a good idea to allow children to do as they please? And do you think it's a good idea to allow children to do as they please? No, I don't
No,
think
I don't think
it's
it's
a good idea
a
to
good
allow
idea to
children
allow children
to do
to
as they
do
please.
as they please.
Yep, another. Do you think it's dangerous these days to let people we don't know enter our houses? Do you think it's dangerous these days to let people we don't know enter our houses? Yes, no?
Yes,
I think it's
I think
dangerous
it's
these
dangerous
days
these days
to let
to
people we
let
don't
people
know
we don't know
enter our houses.
enter our houses.
Of course. Another, do you think more people would kill each other if the law of the country let them? Do you think more people will kill each other if the law of the country let them? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, I think more
I think more
people
people
would kill
would
each
kill each
other
other
if the
if
law of
the
the
law of the
country
country
let
let
them.
them.
I can do this. Another, which is right to say I was let or I was allowed? Which is right to say I was let or I was allowed? It's right to
It's right
say
to say I
I
was
was allowed.
allowed
Why? Why? Because
because
we cannot use
we
let.
can use let.
We cannot
We
use let
cannot use let
in a passive
in a
voice.
passive voice.
You think maybe students should be allowed to use their mobile phones during lessons? Do you think the students should be allowed to use their mobile phones during lessons? Yes, no?
No,
No, I don't
I
think
don't think
students
students
should be allowed
should
to
be
use
allowed to
their
use their
mobile
mobile
phones during
phones during classes.
lessons.
Oh,
Lessons.
lessons.
Yeah, what about online class and only phone? So sad. Yeah, another. What about this one? Only an example. Is there a book anywhere in that room? Is there any book anywhere in that room? Yes, there is a book
Yes, there's a book
somewhere
somewhere
in this
in
room.
this room.
Is there a radio anywhere in that room? Is there a radio anywhere in that room? No, there
No,
isn't a
there isn't a
radio
radio
anywhere in that room.
around
Anywhere,
anywhere.
anywhere. You could say in this room. Anywhere in this
Anywhere
room.
in this room.
In this room.
In this room.
Oh, it's a little frozen.
Mm.
Hello. Okay. Loading a bit. Another. If there is nowhere to sit on a bus, me, what do you have to do? If there is nowhere to sit on a bus, what do you have to do? If there is
If
nowhere
there's
to sit
nowhere
on a
to sit on a
bus,
bus,
I have to
I'd
stand.
have to stand.
I have to
I
stand.
have to stand.
Is there anywhere near there I can buy foreign books? Is there anywhere near there that I can book? I can buy foreign books. I mean, yes, there is somewhere near
There's
here.
somewhere.
There is somewhere
There's
near
somewhere
here
near here.
you can buy
You can
foreign
buy
books.
foreign books.
Yep. Is there anywhere in this town I could get my haircut for nothing? Is there anywhere in this town I could get my haircut for nothing? Yes, there is somewhere in the town.
For free, really?
I will do it for you, okay? I volunteer. Yes, there's
Yes,
somewhere in
there's
the
somewhere
town.
in that town
Yep, you could get, or
you
I
could
could get
I could get
my haircut
my
for
haircut
nothing.
for nothing.
Yes, in the Philippines. You just ask, can you cut my hair? Yes. Why not? Yep. So that's Philippines, right? Another. Where in the world can a man murder another man without breaking the law? Where in the world can a man murder another man without breaking the law? That will be your next.
Yeah, I felt so.
See you and see you then. Bye for now.